Here I am changing the hatchback struts again. So basically what happened was these struts bought off of eBay. I did a video on replacing these. They are no good. This is a T47, just a reminder, and the bolt on the stock struts up top. The upper one is 8mm. And the reason we're changing these again, because these cheap ones I got off of eBay, I'll try and include a picture again. Don't buy these because they are not grounded, and they short-circuited my alternator when I pushed the rear defrost, and I had to get a new alternator and battery. Let's replace Chinese with Mexican, huh? Part number on there? Yeah, it's AutoZone. Way too low. See, now this is where it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be sitting down there on the edge. See how this is all the way at the bottom? That's why I had to bend it. So don't buy these. That's better. Strip it off. Good God, I had to loosen all the way up just to put this slide this plastic trim back down in. Bought all this stuff new and it still ended up fading. Let's just go ahead and get a new battery. Well, let's get this Napa Legend. All right. Let's see how this junk battery works. Well, I did it backwards. I like it. That's right, stick around. There's more, just not this. She's only starting when she wants to, so I'm going to go ahead and change the ignition control module and see if that does absolutely nothing. And I've already changed it once before when it wasn't the problem, so I kept the old one. Oh, I've been down here too much. Can I get, I think if I remember right, I can only get a Phillip on one side. And we'll change the ICM and it'll do nothing. So, all right, now I remember. Socket for the back one. Here's the distributor I took out of the Focus. From the 400 I took out of the Trans Am. It's still good. Doesn't have any wear on it at all. I've already robbed some parts off of it. And this has no brand, so this is probably made in China. And it looks like I got a little damage there. I'll try and fix. Take this off. I probably should have disconnected this first. That way it doesn't stretch. I can go ahead and put one in here. Try and get this off. Wow, they put heavy thermal paste on this. And I don't have any more. So we're going to leave it be. This was only used maybe 30 miles. So, and it's been sitting outside since 2012, so it's probably no good, and we're going to use it anyway. So let's go ahead and jam it in the Firebird. Take a look inside here. The contacts, surprisingly not bad. Wow. Oh, you know what? I guess it's just the shading. Looking at it outside the camera. Cheap old rotor button. I changed the cap and the rotor button from Advance, and it didn't seem to work good. And then I bought one from AutoZone, and then it started missing after a short drive. So I put the cheap one back on with the cheap distributor cap with the cheap distributor I bought off eBay. Now on to what we're doing. Change that. Pull that out. I'm really not trying to dump any more money into this tune port injection because I've already dumped so much, and every time I turn around there's something else I got to replace on it. Something else has failed. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. I can't get anything else done because of this car. Hell, I can't even live a day-to-day life because of this engine. Thanks, Hawks. I'm just sitting here thinking, I didn't have spark at the coil when I tested it, and having gone through these ICM so many times and failed on me in different motors, all third gens, this is, I'm just guessing that's what the issue is. You know what, let's not lose them. Here we go. It would suck if it's the VATs, because I had to have that bypass for this motor because this car didn't have it, and which means I'm gonna have to order a new module, and that'll probably take a week to get here. Great. The connector clip snapped off. Of course it did. Thermal paste isn't wore off. Is this a Duralast? Yep. See the DM. Made in Canada? I have a feeling this isn't going to fix it, but let's go ahead and do it anyways. Oh, I gotta connect it first. Little bit of an issue. Why wouldn't there be? Why couldn't I just do something? Off the pickup coil, the connector that goes to the ICM, little tab, broke off because I replaced this pickup coil in a previous video, if you go back and watch it. And that is just barely sitting on the connector. Look at that. There's no way. There's no way. Yep, there's the piece right there, broke off. Look at that, it's just coming right off. So I'm gonna have to take this whole distributor out again to replace the pickup coil, or I'll just put in that distributor I took the ICM off of. That's probably what I'll do. Well, I was right, it is an ignition control module, but got a surge going on here. There's cheap plug wires. I changed these plug wires. I bought some stock ones at AutoZone, and the video got ruined because I dropped the phone in a bucket of antifreeze, so I don't have that video. I changed them all. I ran it for like not even a day. Went down the road and missed real bad. Came back, took them off. 3 of them burnt up. I kept them, couldn't return them. I changed the spark plug boots. They already got burn marks on them, but they're holding up. I'm probably still going to have to take that distributor out and change it because that connector is broke on my ignition control module under the cap. And I mean, it's just barely on there, and I'm afraid if I go somewhere, it'll, you know, just barely slip connection. Then I'll be pulling the cap in a parking lot, doing all that mess just for it to happen again. So here I am trying to leave work and checking to see if the pickup coil came unplugged from the ignition control module because my car is not starting. I believe it did. I hope it did. No, it didn't. That's not good. Got some carbon deposits on the contact side distributor. No Firebird. Ignore the old transmission leaking problem, but got a bag and tools and a whole bunch of parts to take with me because the car doesn't want to start again. I even brought an extra fuel pump, even though I've got fuel, but just a daily life in a 3rd gen. Here I am again, another night at work, working on my car. Gonna change the ignition control module again. I went over the contacts and scraped a tiny bit of corrosion off. I did the same thing on the connectors up here. This control module is the cheap one that came on this cheap distributor that I kept and I thought was bad, and I replaced it and got a new one from AutoZone. So the cheap Chinese one I replaced with a Duralast Chinese one, and there's your part number for junk. And the only reason I went with Duralast again is because they have the free warranty. So now I'm going to take this off, hope I don't lose the screws, just like I hope I don't lose the cap screws. I got another cap if I need to. And I'm gonna go ahead and try and change this ICM one more time and pray to God that works, so I don't gotta pull the distributor and do timing here in the middle of the night at a nursing home where I work. Excellent. Seems like I've been back here more times than I wanted to be. That's interesting. Smooth, don't feel no whatever. Okay, ignition control module, gonna tighten it down, and let's hope that I can go home in my car tonight. Well, imagine that. It was the ignition control module again. I don't know if it's the quality of parts going down or what. I mean, you buy cheap Chinese ones, replaced by Chinese ones at an auto parts store. Advance is the same thing, they come from China. The only parts I haven't had to replace are the cheap Taiwan parts. Alright, she runs until the next problem. Let's try and clean this up and go home. Oh yeah, I brought a coil pack just in case I had to change that, but I wasn't getting sparks. So anyways, here we go. I knew what I was doing until the next problem. Okay, this is it. I'm going to put this compilation together. The AC Delco died, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't giving enough fuel pressure, so luckily I had the Walbro, stuck the Walbro back in there, and this is why I keep stuff. And now I've got an AC Delco that may or may not be bad. I don't know. Change the fuel pump. This is why you have an access door, so you can do it in less than 10 minutes, literally. It's a windy day, another day before work. Okay, so I guess I took about, I'm not really worried about the carpet because I'm going to change this. I got an extra one I pulled out the shed. And I got sick working on my car. I guess it took me about 30 minutes to pull the pump, change it, and then put all this interior kind of back together. Which isn't bad. It's way better than dropping the rear and bleeding brakes and dealing with suspension parts. Here I am. Several days later, I still haven't finished this compilation video of all these problems this stupid ass car and stupid tune port injection has been giving me. So my car is fogged up because I'm sitting in it. I had to push it off the road because it cut off on me. And I thought I was out of gas. So I walked just over 2 miles that way. Bought a little gas can with 2 gallons and 2 gallons of gas. Walked, you know, back. So about 4 miles. Dumped the gas in it. Still isn't starting. And we'll try it again. Yep. I love it. Oh, God. I've already called AAA. They're on their way. Boy, it just gets better and better. The freezing cold nights sitting in my car. I didn't even bring a winter coat. And I'm just going to guess that it's that stupid ignition control module again. We'll see. Well, we will see how long it takes to get towed. And here we go again. Well, here we are with a AutoZone DR140 control module off again. Before I go exchange that for another free replacement, I have sitting here rotating the cap by, or excuse me, rotating the engine by hand. I got the #1 plug wire off so I can check it. I have a video before on how to change the distributor, set the timing. So just more problems, more days, more time, more hours, more crap for this motor. So I rotated the engine 5/8 on the crank hub by hand. I had to get it off the compression stroke, the top dead center. I took #1 plug out, stuck a pin in there, felt the top of the piston. I marked at 0, but I also need to do 6 advance after initial timing. I set it at top at 0, and then I will put the distributor in at the top dead center. And then go through all the timing again. Dripping oil everywhere. We're gonna replace this one with this one. Got the new pickup coil in, and I don't need to take the gasket off. This one's still on there. Just put some oil down the cam gear. You know what? Maybe I won't. I'll put the ignition control module on this, then put it in. Anyways, got the new distributor in, or new used. Got my timing line set up. Trying to set my timing again. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm trying to get 6 advance. I don't know if it's showing up on camera or not. Try to focus it. Focus. So I'm trying to get to 6 advance. I'm at 8, so I need to back it off a little bit. All right, back in business again for now. I've had it running. I got it up to operating temperature. I'm gonna go get some gas and then I guess go to work. I guess that's it.
But wait, there's more.
Had to pick up the battery. Accidentally left the parking lights on in the van and killed it. Oh, just another issue. Oh, let's get the battery put back in the van. Knew it. Same old problem. Well, it seems like I've been here 1,000 times. DR 140 from AutoZone. Why do you keep failing? Let's look inside the cap, see if it looks any different since I cleaned it. Nope. Rotor button's fine. Alright. Back to AutoZone again. 4 or 5 times that my car didn't start at work, at my mom's, and here. And then it started the next day, or about 8 hours later, just fine. And I thought this was going to be one of those days where it didn't start yesterday, it would start today before work, and it didn't. So I didn't go to work. It's now a rock and hard place. I'm gonna go get another free replacement until I get paid to buy one from a different company than AutoZone and see how long that one lasts. It's worse. And that's the new one?
Yep.
Failed right out of the box, huh?
Yep.
It's a shame. That's the only one you got too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, leave them with the old one. New one failed right out of the box. Here we are with another one. Unfortunately, this store didn't have a tester. They couldn't test this, and it's got marks all over it. So they couldn't test it, and just with my luck, I say this one's gonna go out. It's not gonna last, but I do have to get to work, so I'm gonna throw it on. Number 955, and let's get this lined up and get this down in there. Oh wait, I gotta put the screws in the cap. Well, running again. Ooh, that's not good. just stalled itself. Oh, that's running rough. That's running real rough. Quit on it again. Stalled out. Engine lights off now. I guess just get in it and go and see what it does, because that's a smart idea. So that's what I'm going to do. I had a pretty bad miss. I just drove it up and down the street several times. It seems to be gone now. I'm hoping that's just from all the heavy rain and moisture and the distributor cap being off. I don't know. It is stumbling and missing like crazy. I need that free 3-mile towing from AAA I have. Man, it is missing bad. But now it's not. We'll see if we can make it home. A little bit of an update. I still have a miss. It didn't do it before I went to work. Well, when I left work, it actually wasn't missing. With Walmart, when I left Walmart, it started doing it again. I have an extra distributor cap. I'm going to see if it has the correct screws. I'm going to swap it out tomorrow before change the rotor button if I got another one. I'm still getting some stumble and misfires occasionally, especially when the engine's been warm and running. It stopped for a while and I thought this video was complete and I was going to have to do an outro. But it's back to doing it. So I'm just going to change the coil pack because that's the easiest thing to do real quick with a new used MSD, which is probably going to cause me a lot of problems. And my contact on my distributor cap does not look healthy, so I'm going to scrape that up some. We'll see if this did anything before we start chasing down worse vacuum leaks that I have, which I know I have. But if this doesn't do it, I'll do the rotor button next. Change of plans. That coil pack is dead. So instead of testing it before I put this stupid intake distributor cap cover on, I gotta take it back off, take that back out, and we'll just run with the spark plug wire I changed and pray that did something. Old coil pack back on, which really wasn't even got a lot of corrosion there, but that's a spark plug boot protector inside of there. Try that. It's running. My engine light is on, which never is on. So the only thing we changed was the coil pack plug wire, which is going to do absolutely nothing. Another update. Now it's shutting off again. Engine light was off, now it's back on. Can't do nothing, gotta go to work. Here we are some 9.5 hours later. There's your part number. I don't know how many times I'm gonna be in here, but we'll replace the distributor cap and rotor button on this cold 25-degree weather tonight. Might even be 23 by now. I ordered another new ignition control module. This ignition control module hasn't left me stranded, but it's causing my car to miss. So let me get this popped off. Pop this guy off. Okay, rotor button's off. Pull that off. I don't see any signs of anything. Rotor button engaged. Now let's pop the plug wires off. 1843652. Oh, still got my cheap eBay plug wires, but the ones I bought at the store, well, minus the coil wire we just did earlier today before work, but we'll see how the cap rotor button goes on the way home, and then I'll give an update. Maybe we will wrap this video up. Yes, I put the distributor cover back on. So far it's been running, I guess 10 minutes, give or take a minute or two. It's idling fine. I don't hear no misses. I got the heat on full blast. Well, the defrost anyways. And I'll get an update when I'm heading on home on the interstate.